I hear you, man. You want to change your body. You want to build a strong Greek god physique. You want to feel like you are resilient from dusk till dawn. You want to have that empowered body that you can go to the beach and be proud of, right? Or even just take off your shirt, look in the mirror and be like, damn, I worked hard for that. I created that. I totally understand that. I mean, just look at this picture of me. I'm a scrawny kid. I had no idea what I was doing. Okay, and after 6+ years of studying fitness and applying all these different protocols of muscle building, hypertrophy strategies, strength training, the end all be all, there's a lot of things I've tapped into with fitness, and I'm here to share with you what I've learned. I'm so excited about this video because I'm going to be going through the ins and outs of how you can pack on lean, strong, and functional muscle effectively and keep it on for life with the proper holistic lifestyle routines. Hello, all my crazy friends in cyberspace. My name is Christian Van Camp, a holistic lifestyle and performance coach. Okay, let's just hop right in. I don't need to explain myself, I already did. This video is going to be dedicated to you, and how you can pack on lean, strong, and functional muscle effectively and consistently, because that's what it's about. If you're truly committed to this, you have to have the consistency in mind, right? This is not just going to happen in a week or 2 weeks. You have to have the long-term vision in mind that this is going to become a commitment, a habit. This is in my routine, is dedicating to the training, okay? I like calling it training more than exercise, because exercise just sounds like, like I don't want to do that, right? When I think of exercise, I think of just like running miles and miles, and that's just not what you need to do. What you need to do is, we'll start off with number one, is focus on lifting 3 days a week. Yes, you heard that right. You do not need to follow these programs that are emphasizing 4+ days a week in order to have efficient muscle growth. Focus on 3 days a week, and that will keep your nervous system intact, so you aren't just taxed every day. Because if you're especially novel and new to, and a novice to lifting weights and heavy lifting programs, it's not a good idea to start just brutalizing yourself 4+ days a week. Plus, I'm now lifting 2 to 3 days a week, tops, guys. And the rest of those days are dedicated to having fun with active recovery and things that I really enjoy when it comes to movement. And so 3 days a week is all you need, guys. And going off of that, let's tap into what you need to do next. Number two is focusing on those key compound lifts. What does this mean? This means focusing on compound lifts that will recruit more joints, and you can recruit more muscular contractions at once. So you aren't just focusing on bicep curls, you aren't just focusing on one, lateral raises working just the delts. What you're going to be focusing on is those compound lifts such as deadlifts, squats, Bulgarian split squats, right? You got overhead presses, military presses. You have inclined bench press, right? Pull-ups. Those strong, powerful lifts will get the core involved, and it will recruit all these different muscles so you can put on more muscle effectively over time. My favorites for sure for legs are Bulgarian split squats. For upper body, I really enjoy working the posterior, so I love pull-ups, but also just doing any kind of back routine is important. We are neglecting posterior quite a bit. We tend to hunch down a lot, so it's important to get that posterior up. Moving onward, you ready for this? Progressive overload, number 3. What is progressive overload? It's basically increasing the pressure on our body over time, which therefore will increase our muscle mass, our stamina, our strength. So we aren't just hitting, let's say, a 100-pound bench press week after week after week. What we're doing is we're going to have this fine-tuned idea in mind, this strategy down, where let's say we're lifting a 100-pound bench press and we can only do 10 reps for a set, right? That's just like 90%, 10 reps, right? Instead of just doing that 100 pounds again, what we're going to do is add 2.5 pounds on each side. And those are commonly found at most gyms, so you can utilize that. Put those 2.5 pounds on each side. That's 5 pounds extra. And now you may be hitting, let's say, 6 reps, 7 reps. That's okay. Work in that strength, and then start getting to that point where you're hitting that volume up to around that 10 reps again. Then you add more weight, and you keep doing the same weeks and weeks and weeks as you continue to get that strength. You continue to do that muscle mass. So don't just be lifting the same thing over and over again. Remove, ego out the window. Throw that out the window right now. Get rid of the ego, because if you start doing ego lifting and you're not maintaining good form, you're going to set yourself up for injury and failure in the long run. I don't want you to deal with that. I've dealt with that myself. I fucked up my shoulder, I fucked up my knees. Do the right form and you won't regret it. All right, so the next on the list is time under tension. What does that mean? It's basically not flaring the weights around real quick and abruptly, right? It's taking the time to meditate with it. Muscle meditation. So if we're doing the curl, for instance, got this 20-pound kettlebell here, we're not just gonna be flaring it around real quick. What we're gonna do is curl it up and get like a 3-4 second descent. Curl it up. So that eccentric load is extremely important. Eccentric load, really focus on that. So if we're bench pressing, have that power going up and then control it going back down to the chest, go back up. This could be 3-4 seconds, it could be 5 seconds, 6 seconds. Just really focus on that control and that tension building with the muscle instead of flaring it around with power. Those are gonna work different muscles. So if your goal is to build muscle, build that stability, and make it a lot more efficient and quickly build the muscle, then yeah, time under tension will be your best friend. Eccentric loading, right? And that could be applied to squatting as well. So if we're squatting from the ground, we're going kind of powerful, but when we're going back down, go slow. All right, this is another good one. And this is one not enough freaking trainers and people talk about. It's working in. What do I mean by that? Well, when you work out 3 days a week, you're expelling a lot of energy and you're actually burning more energy post-workout, like up to 48 hours post-workout, you're burning a lot of energy because you need, the fuel to rebuild those muscle fibers that you tore up. So instead of just going on a run where you're burning calories in a certain time period or energy in a certain time period, what you're doing is tearing up the muscle fibers instead in a resistance training program, lifting weights. And what this will do is allow your thermic effect to improve over time. So you can eat more food. You can go seconds in the buffet line. It's amazing. So with that being said, we have to be focusing on the working in. We have to be focusing on taking advantage of the recovery, the foam rolling, the hiking, the walking, the consistent activity throughout the day after the workout. It's not just that 1 hour in the gym where we kill ourselves. It's the recovery that matters most. So Qigong, right? Breath work, meditation. Just take a breath with me right now, right? Sleep is so important. So get more sleep, quality sleep, all these things working in. Paul Chek, look him up. He's coined this and he's been a big inspiration for me. So Paul Chek, looking to Paul Chek, looking to working in and looking into recovery. All right, the next on the list, enjoying quality protein, right? This doesn't mean just eating a bunch of chickpeas, lentils, and hemp seeds, right? Those are all vegan options. They're great. They're high in protein, sure, but they aren't assimilated the same. We have to be getting quality protein from animal sources. It's assimilated better. There's a better ratio of amino acids, and our gut doesn't have troubles. There's a lot less gut troubles with animal protein for most people. So the fact is, I love plants, but I also love animals. And I love the ability of consuming quality protein from eggs, from salmon, from sardines, from grass-fed steak and beef, right? Organ meats. Those are quality sources of protein. So shoot for 0.6 to 1.1 grams of protein per pound of body weight. So if I'm 150 pounds, I want to shoot anywhere from 100 grams of protein to 150 grams of protein. It is so critical. So make sure you're getting adequate protein in. And nutritionally in general, make sure you're getting adequate energy intake in. You could be working your butt off, hitting in powerful workouts, but if you aren't getting adequate energy intake over your basal metabolic rate and over what your energy is working out, your nutrition is a key part about your muscle building process. So it's more than just the protein, it's the ratio of everything else with the carbs and fats. So just get adequate nutrition in. Last on the list, bonus here, we like bonuses, right, is supplements. What kind of supplements can assist you in building muscle more effectively? Some of my favorites, creatine monohydrate, one of the most widely studied sports supplement out there in the world. You can take 5 grams a day and be just fine. Don't worry about the loading phase, none of that stuff matters. Just get half a teaspoon in twice a day. Half a teaspoon twice a day, that's equivalent to 5 grams a day. I say twice a day because you can only absorb typically around 3 grams tops per dose. And so, yeah, divide that up. Creatine is really good for building strength, building the muscle. Another one is essential amino acids. Huge fan of essential amino acids. That is filling in all the gaps. Don't focus on BCAAs, branch chain. It only contains leucine, isoleucine, and valine. Instead, get all the essential 9 amino acids to rebuild your temple. It's way more effective, It's not wasting money like the BCAAs. There can almost be harmful effects to taking BCAAs. So EAAs are the way to go, essential amino acids. Purium has a great one, and it really fills in all the gaps. I love taking that on the daily. So those are two main ones that come out in my mind. I could go through a whole hell of a lot of things, but to be honest, let's keep it simple. Just focus on creatine, focus on essential amino acids. Those are great foundations to start. So that's it, guys. We have lifting 3 days a week. We have the supplements, we have the quality protein, working in and recovering, time under tension, progressive overload, right? Getting stronger each workout, and last but not least, focusing on those key lifts. I hope you got some benefit out of this. If you did, please subscribe, hit the little notification bell icon, and also just hit a little like on this video. Really, it doesn't hurt you. If you got even just like a morsel of help from this video, that little like button is just a little click, right? It's not taking much of your time or energy, or it's not causing any issues. Get some fitness in, right? You have no excuse right now. You just got all the details you need. Get some fitness in, get a workout in, and I'll be seeing you fit as ever next time.